Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome, and today we are here to rate r/visual novels waifus slash 3x3 visual novel characters. I don't know, sometimes this freaking subreddit just enjoys posting their favorite waifus, and I can't particularly blame them. But today, since you guys lovingly posted your thoughts, I am going to rank them, even though you didn't ask me to. So let's begin. I'm gonna use the snipping tool for this. I think this was literally made for this moment. Alright, we'll start with this one, which, by the way, I do not know any of these characters, but that makes it all the better, because clearly, that's a bad color. Let's try black. Oh, wait, I can't undo. Alright, this girl will be getting the number 1. I'm sorry, she kind of has a bit of a black slit on her. That was my bad. This girl, for eating, that's a pretty easy 2 moment. To be honest, I don't know about like pink-haired girl, but I really like shots like these, so this is a pretty easy 3 for me. That's some pretty whack hair you got here. I'll have to give that a 4. I can't really see that 4, that's fine. I really hate this pose in general. I don't know why characters make this pose, but that's a pretty easy 9. And I don't know why this girl's being strangled, but I don't like violence, so that's gonna have to be an 8 for me. I like this girl's jacket, so that's a pretty big 5. This girl's face, like, it's kinda cute, but like, she looks afraid of me. I'm not really into that. 6. And I guess you just get 7. You're pretty basic. Alright, next. Now, you might see this as a bunch of 9s, and that's actually pretty fair, but there's a lot more thought into this than it initially looks like. But at the same time, there's not. Let me just give it to you here. Like, this isn't easy. We're gonna have to copy that 9 here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Because those are all the same 9s. You can't fool me on that one. So now, really, the top 4 is the question. And frankly, this one just looks stupid, so we're gonna have to go with 4. This 9, like, it kind of has that bump. Like, it looks like it's smiling at me. It's kind of creepy. We'll do 3. You can't really see the 3 there, but that's fine. So really, it's between, like, the black 9 and, like, the white faded 9. But like, if you look at this, it kind of looks like a smiling turtle skeleton head, and that is really freaky. So that's gonna have to be a 2, which means you won't even be able to see the 1. But this bad boy here gets the 1. Now here we are, some characters I actually know, kind of. Sumika is always gonna have to be a 1 for me. Sumika is precious, but that is 100% followed by this character. The name escapes me, but I love Wonderful Every Day, so that's an easy 2. For some reason, this character looks like Rin from Kaido Shoujo. I don't know if it is or not, but that's an easy 9. The bottom left reminds me of Miyuki from Totono. I mean, that's pretty high ranking, so I'll have to give her a 3. I don't know, this pose is a bit much for me. We're gonna have to give her an 8. This girl reminds me of, I think it's Ritsuko from Princess Evangelion. I really like that visual novel, so that's an easy 4. This girl has a guy in her photo, and like, guys are pretty rough. It's gonna have to be a 7 for me. So really, we're left with 7 and 6. So we're left with 5 and 6. So this one has to be the 5 here, because she's not in the portrait, like, and that's a pretty bad 6, that's like a B, but yeah. That's just how it goes. Next, we have some interesting looking girls. We have Miyuki again for some reason. I guess people like whoever this character is that's not Miyuki, but I'm gonna have to give it a 7. We gave her a 3 last time, so we have to be completely balanced. Is this character also named Miyuki? I can't even remember. But she's a number 1 because she knows Asuka, and Asuka's the best character ever. I have to double check the character names. Misaki, not Miyuki. I have Miyuki on the brain. Alright, anyway. Misaki's 1. This girl has a lot of angles, and angles are kind of scary, so that's a pretty big 9 vibe. But look at this. This girl is clearly in admiration, too. But at the same time, I really like feeling like I'm scum. And you see these 2 girls here? They're being pretty good at it, so that's an easy 3. It's number 4. But at the same time, like, look at this girl. Like, you know what she's thinking. 5. This one looks really innocent. So that's a 6. And so we only have 8 left, and it's pretty fitting really, because she doesn't have hands, so that's a big 8 moment. So I actually know almost all of these characters this time. So we're gonna take this seriously for one moment, and I'm gonna rank the 2 that I don't know first. 9, 8. So with that out of the way, let's be frank here. I love Little Busters, and I like this character, but god freaking damn it, her voice is annoying. I'm sorry. And I think I might actually have to give Mayuri a 6 here, because like, I really like her character, but like, it's not particularly interesting. The top 3 are pretty obvious, so I'm just gonna get the other 2 out of the way here. Setsuna from School Days, like, she manages to be the best character in School Days, despite how like kind of crap it is, even so far as eventually being the main character in the sequel. So Setsuna is awesome, but she's not as good as Aoi, and Aoi's not as good as our final 3 contestants. But the final 3, well actually really it's final 2. I love Kotami, but she gets a 3. Kinda looks like a little nose on her. So Sumika and, what's her name? It starts with a Z, doesn't it? Zakura? Something like that. I really like this character. I think I might actually like her more than Sumika. That might be a crime, but I'm sorry Sumika. For today, that's just how it's gonna be. Next, awesome. I don't know any of these characters, but this is an easy one because it looks like Nagito with like a freaking magic circle on his hand, so that's pretty sick. 2 I think is pretty hard. I have to give it to this guy because he's chilling. This guy's gonna have to be an easy 9 though. Like, I like what he's doing here, but like his hand on his face, like I don't know his face, so I don't know what it's doing. What's he doing? I don't know. Don't need that in my life. And this guy just looks pissed. I don't want him in my life. But this girl is giving off 3 vibes, so we're gonna have to do that. But you know who's giving off 7 vibes? Freaking Catman over here. Catman gets 7. This girl kinda, I don't like this pose. 6. My 6 always looks like a V for some reason. I kinda like how this guy looks, honestly. I'm gonna have to give him 5, which means this bad boy gets 4. I think that's pretty fair. I think I rated this pretty fairly, considering I don't know literally any of the characters. So this is the next one, and this might, if you're very small-brained, you might have just like glossed over it, like, oh, this guy really liked this character. But this is actually a very, very important set of pictures here, because it's not just about the character. It's about every single pose the character ever does, and that is also worth rating. And frankly, 1. Is there any other one that's better than this? Like, look, it's like she's completely confused by her actions, but she's also just like drifting off into space. So that's an easy one. And honestly, followed by 2, like, look at that. That freaking smile is contagious. But you know what's also contagious? Being freaking spooked, and that's how she looks here. I have to give this 4 because, like, I like when they do, like, cartoonish things. So that's an easy 4 moment. And when she's just plain off pissed, that's when you know things are getting tense. So that's 5, followed by 6 for basically the same reason, followed by 7 for again the same reason. Honestly, I wish I gave this one a 1, because now that I look at it, like, look how happy she is. So I'll give it a 1 and an 8, which I guess places her at 18, which is as bad as it can possibly be. But that's kind of just how I feel. Maybe we'll do 1 minus 8, -7. I think that's math. Which means this is a 9. And see, that's exactly why you should think about these things more. Anyway, moving on. What else we got? So I know 2 characters here, and it's Reina from Senran Banka and Misaki, again, Misaki. But I'm not gonna give her a 1 this time. I'm not gonna give Reina a 1. I don't know why everybody loves this freaking character, but I don't. 9. I think Misaki deserves a 2 behind this girl. I don't know what this girl's doing, but I know what this girl should be doing, so it's clearly a 1. I think this girl looks a bit too happy. Do 8. Like, she's just doing her own thing. I don't like that. But this girl, she's also doing her own thing, but she's really giving off 3 vibes. But this girl, like, this would have easily have been a 2 if Misaki wasn't there, and if I saw her before the blue-haired girl. I think this girl's extremely average. Like, she's just wearing white. White's kind of boring, and she's in the middle, so that's an easy 5, like, nothing special. I think this girl is easily 6 because, like, I like her, but at the same time, like, I feel like it's a character that I wouldn't actively pursue in a visual novel. And it's the same with this character. This character looks too innocent for me. So that's an easy 7. Ooh, more characters that we actually know. So, if you were to wake up one morning and you just saw this, or you saw this, you'd probably be spooked, and that's exactly why they're 8 and 9. So now we have some serious contenders here. I really like this character. I think this is probably 1, because she is one of my favorite characters from Wonderful Everyday. Makina is really fucking annoying, so we'll do a 6 there. Instead of looking like a V this time, my 6 looks like a C. I really like how happy this character is. I think that's a 2 moment. I like the hat. The hat's good. 3. And like, I think both of these characters are in the same spot somehow. I don't know if this is from the same visual novel. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. But if I had to rate them based on how much closer they look like Lily from Katawa Shoujo, it's gonna have to be 4 for her and 5 for her. And I think that's some pretty fair ratings. I think this is about what the average big-brained person would rate them. So, moving on. Alright, so someone here is very smart. Someone here has played actually more than Reina's route in Senran Banka. So, I'll have to, like, this is the best character in the fucking game. So, easy 1. And again, you're not the best, but you're consistently really good. So that's an easy 2. I think we have more Yuzu-soft heroines here. So, if they have any relation to someone who's even thought about having created Reina, then it has to be a 9 for me. Of course, not including our best character here. But I like this character's scarf. That's a 3. The art style here is different, but I see a cross, and I don't really like math. I think it looks like a plus sign, so that's 8. We have another Miyuki lookalike. Is this the Miyuki from the other pictures? I'm not sure. We'll give her a 4 this time, I think. Followed by 5, because this girl looks like a Ditsuko again to me. And then, if I saw those bunny ears, this probably would have been a 1. But now that I'm only just now looking at it, the highest thing I can give her is a 6, which means she gets 7. Pretty fair, I think. So we have some more characters here, as we often do, because the subreddit's pretty fucking big and everyone loves to shove their freaking heroines in everyone's freaking faces. But so I think this is Emmy from Kowdo Shoujo. I freaking love Emmy, so that's a 2. And you may be thinking, why start with 2? Because the first one's already decided. Has to be this one, because she's related to Kyo. Unless this is actually Kyo with short hair, but I'm pretty sure it's not, because like she's in an embarrassed pose. But doesn't Ryo have different eyes? I don't remember. Anyway, I think this is the character from Rewrite. I haven't played Rewrite, but I guess I'll give her 3 because people probably like her. This one looks like that other character from Aokana. Why can't I remember their names? Is it Aokana just that forgettable? But I really like that character, so that's an easy 4. I don't know what this character's doing. Like, I'll just give her a 5 because I feel like she deserves it for some reason. And there's words here. I don't read downwards. It's a freaking 8 moment. Or do we assign a 9 yet? Oh, we can assign a 9. Let's just 9 followed by 8 because this art is not very artistic. And I think we have 7 and 6 left. This girl transcends other girls. This girl is a 6, so this girl must be a 7. She looks like Sumika in space, so maybe I should have rated her higher, but I think she's just not very noticeable. Alright, more wonderful everyday characters. People clearly know what they're doing. 1, 2. Wait, just kidding. Just kidding. There's actually Nagito here. So 1, 2, 3. This character looks like can't even remember her name from Future Diaries, but I like Future Diaries, so 4. Shitogane Takeru is pretty. He becomes a really good MC later on, but for how much bullshit you have to put up immediately, I'm gonna have to give him a completely average rank of 5. I like this girl's motion. Like, you can clearly see she's turning, and I like turning, so 6. So that just leaves 7, 8, and 9. This clearly has to be a 7 because I really like those freaking eyes. We have Face Toucher again, so that has to be 8. But it's not as bad as Glasses, so there we go, 9. Now girls with swords kind of scare me. So this girl has pretty big 9 vibes, and this girl has pretty big 8 vibes. I freaking love Maya, but I also love Chris. I feel like they'd get along, honestly. I think I'm gonna give them both 1.5. They both equally deserve the number 1 spot and the number 2 spot equally. Now, I've mentioned I like looks of scorn, but with this girl, like, she looks like she literally wants to kill me, and that's kind of spooky. So we've already assigned it 9, so we're actually gonna assign her 7. She doesn't have a sword, so she's not as scary, but I don't know what it is with this girl, but she reminds me of Tomoyo from Clannad, so I'm gonna have to give her a 3. I don't really like Junko's character too much, so I'll give her a 6, but she's not too bad. I think she's fun. But you know what is also fun? A freaking cape. A cape is a lot of fun. That's an easy 4, which means this girl's 5. 5 ends up being average anyway, but alright, what do we have here? Alright, so for our next selection, so I think the rankings here are pretty obvious. Tomoyo is definitely number 2, but it's kind of close. I really like this character too. I never actually played her route in Little Busters because I stopped playing Little Busters and then I uninstalled it and then I didn't have my save files anymore, but she's pretty cool. So we have another Reina here, so I don't know what you guys are doing. I think it's probably just me, but that's just how it is. We have like an alpha version of Kyo and Nagisa, so I don't know what we're doing with here, but Alpha Kyo gets a 4 and Alpha Nagisa gets a 5 because those characters are so good. But are they as good as this look of scorn? Well, they are, but it's close, so 6. Now this character seems abrasive. I don't like abrasive characters, so we're gonna have to give this character an 8, which means this character gets 7. I think like if this character were in like any other sets of characters, they would have ranked a lot higher. But frankly, we have some pretty good contenders here, so I feel like this is pretty fair. Alright, looks like we have posted on Reddit. Look how big that freaking picture is. Alright, we have now officially posted on Reddit, so now it's time to rank my own. Now, see, this one's actually pretty hard because considering I made it, I'm biased. And I love Lily, but like, we're up against some of my favorites, and whilst Lily is so good, she gets 9. Now, if you've ever watched my channel, you know what my YouTube avatar, or picture, whatever it's called, has been for forever. So I mean, it's not even a freaking fight. But what is a fight is number 2, because who gets it? Is it Okabe? Is it Sumika? Is it Kyo? Is it Reina? That's actually a good Reina character, by the way. Michiru, oh my god, this is actually hard. Oh, I have 362 karma. Oh my god. I think it has to be Okabe. It's hard, but I just feel like Okabe is such a good MC. And he never doesn't make me smile. Speaking of smiling and making me laugh, Michiru for the win. We're going with her. Unfortunately, though, I'm still really stuck between Sumika and Kyo, because I think those have to be my next two here. I think Kyo has to be 4 and Sumika 5. Sumika, I hate putting you at the average rank, but like, you aren't as good as the other ones. Now, between Reina, Mashiro, that's it. Between Reina, Mashiro, and Chiaki, I think I have to give it to Yashido. I can't draw anymore. Okay, there we go. Because I think her route is just so wholesome. Now, I also really like Reina, so it's a pretty easy 8. Wait, that should have been a 7. I also really like Reina, so it's a pretty easy 7. And I really like Chiaki, but again, like, against some of my favorites, what can you do? And there you have it. If you actually watched the entire video, thank you very much. And I also make video reviews of visual novels, so maybe you want to see those. But anyway, goodbye. And if I piss you off, then sorry.